Hi, I am Ripon Kumar Vishwas, working as a senior research fellow in the CSR Central Glass and Ceramic Research Institute in Kolkata. Today I am going to present the new approach to study the local and short-range structure in amorphous and nanocrystalline material from the laboratory-based pair distribution function using silver radiation. The outline of the work will be the challenges that is present in the structural characterization in this material like glasses, ceramic and nanomaterials, and I will going to show you the techniques, the possible techniques that is useful to extract the short range or local atomic structure from this kind of material, and there will be some case studies. The motivation of work will be there is the drawbacks of the conventional X-ray diffraction, which is applicable only with the long range periodic materials. The Rietveld method only reveals and only applicable with the average structure of the material, and it is not applicable for the materials which are crystallographically challenged. I mean, which the materials are amorphous or the glasses or liquids, or if there is some disorder present in the system, then the Rietveld analysis and the conventional X-ray diffraction is not going to work. So the alternative method may be proposed for this kind of systems. So the new potential technique for solving the amorphous and nanocrystalline materials is basically preferred choices are always been the synchrotron radiation for its high Q range and extremely low wavelengths or high energies. And there is some of the techniques that can be used to get the structural information locally or short range order, that some of the namely the atomic pair distribution function or PDF, as well as the XAFs or X-ray absorption fine structure. So today we are going to talk about mainly focus on the X-ray pair distribution function, which is the probability of finding any two atoms situated or separated at a distance r. So it gives you the probability of finding two atoms separated by any distance. So this experiment is also called the total scattering experiment because it considers both the Bragg intensity or Bragg diffraction or as well as the diffuse scattering. So it is equally applicable for the long range crystalline materials and also nanomaterials, and also for the amorphous materials or disordered materials. But there is a need of routine analysis of such materials because the synchrotron is not very available for users. So there are some methods that we can apply that which are available. We have the silver as the highest Q values that can be achieved, and this is the developed goniometer or the setup, a PDF setup that is in present we have developed in the CSR's CCRI. So for the optimization of the PDF setup, we have used a nickel, and we have compared our result with the help of the synchrotron radiation in Germany, DESY synchrotron, and there shows that comparing PDF result from both the PDF data from DESY synchrotron as well as from our PDF setup in CSI CCRI. So the result shows a very similar result, that is very highly optimized. So we have applied our results in various cases, like in silica glasses, because glasses doesn't have any proper structure. Only the silicon and oxygen atom has randomly distributed, and there is no particular ordering in the system. So from the raw data we can have the total X-ray scattering data. So structure factor, this is the X-ray structure factor, and from there the Fourier transform of the structure factor gives you the atomic pair distribution function or the probability distribution function, from where we can get with different bond distances, and we can have a good idea of the atomic distance. And this is the different atomic pair distribution we can get from there, and also from the X-ray absorption structure from the BR beamline and NIXAFs. for the next analysis from the Beer beamline, we can correlate the results. High dielectric constant of which could not be seen from the conventional X-ray. So it is called the cubic to pseudo cubic structure transformation. And we have also applied the same technique in the iron aluminate alloy system, because iron aluminate system is always been difficult to study in the steel industry for years, for understanding in the order disordered transformation, for which is not very easy to understand from the conventional X-ray. Because the conventional X-ray shows the both the Fe3Al and FeAl alloys presence of it, but the Rietveld analysis we have done, and that it shows along with the PDF that there is a long range long range ordered FeAl alloy of B2 structure is present in this system, and also TM results corroborate the same thing. The aluminum particles are in dispersion in the iron alloy in the iron matrix, which is also present from the both the TEM report. And PDF result shows clearly that there is a long range order present in the system, which is B2 structure, B2 ordered B2 in FeAl alloy. Thank you very much.